Yeah, from there I went to see a health practitioner, and I was sick, sick, sick. No energy, no vitality, no drive. Everything was so heavy. Life was so heavy, and my thoughts were so heavy upon me. Just dragging. I had to drag myself so hard around. Oh, the river. And it was hard. It was hard. I was living in anxiety. So if you have anxiety once in a while, believe me, it goes away. It goes away. I had it for dream right from awakening to going to bed. And it's like I say, a lot of times I didn't sleep more than 3-4 hours. My first 3 years, I was losing so much sleep. From then on, I knew I had to push on through. I knew I had to reconnect with myself. I knew I had to. Whoa. This is sketchy. Knew I had to push on through. So I had help. I went to see her, and I was eating all kinds of vitamins and minerals and omega-3s and all this stuff, and I was eating 6 times a day to keep my blood sugars and all that, and I was overeating. Why? Because that's the only place that I could suppress my emotion with eating. So I ate and ate and ate and ate. That's the only place I felt kind of a peaceful, some kind of pleasure. So, holy shit, look at this. That's my trail. That's my trail. You can't talk to people like normally, because when you talk to people from the outside world, let's say someone I knew start to talk to me, my heart would just all of a sudden, more than anxiety, panic. Like, I would get out of there, and all of a sudden, just because I panicked so much, I couldn't walk for a couple days afterwards because that anxiety, this cortisol probably, a hormone that went into just inflamed my knees, and I couldn't stand for 3 days. So I was afraid of fear because fear brought pain. I was afraid of fear because fear brought pain. And pain brought fear. So I was in a tight cycle. So tight. But I knew I had to push on through. I knew I had to push myself. My days were so full of fear, of doubt, of not being able to survive it. So I learned to push on through life and to observe the mind. And the more I could stand back and observe the mind, the more it started to not be able to push me around, right? So after that, I went to Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. That was very hard. Almost burnt out the first day. They told us what we had to do, like during that year, and I tried to do that. It was a perfectionist in my mind that had to do it now and perfectly. So they told us everything we had to do, and just from the idea of what was coming, it's like I couldn't even. The mind was so strong. It's like I couldn't even move no more. I pushed on through that college. And eventually I switched my diet to all raw food, but it was leafy greens. I was basically starving myself, following these naturopaths that now I know had no fucking clue what they were saying. I do believe in raw food, but now it's not leafy greens. You have to get your calories from fruit. If you go raw food, you have to get your calories from fruit. That's what I do now, and fuck, I feel great. And when I can't get my calories from fruit, I get it from starch. Anyways, that's another topic. Life was bringing me situation that was arising these anxiety. Look at that, wow. These anxiety and violent mind activities so that I could grow stronger in the ability to detach from it and observe it so that its power diminishes. The power of the mind capable of squeezing you in the throat diminishes because you can catch it. You catch it so fast. Now I catch it like fast. It has no time to make me depressed. Oh well, it does happen, once in a while, but I moved out. It took me a long time to convince myself to move out. Imagine you're moving out and you can barely go upstairs. You don't know if you're gonna have such a crazy anxiety attack that all of a sudden your shoulders are no longer gonna be able to I don't know, bring your laundry upstairs, and you don't know what's coming. But I knew I had to do it, and worst to worst, I can always come back. So yeah, it was hard, but it wasn't as hard as going to college, and it wasn't as hard as staying at home, at start. So the more I pushed, I could handle more. I pushed on through life, I could handle more, and it wasn't as hard.